there, Scorpio. This is Miss Joan, Miss Joan's Tarot on the Hill, and I want to talk to you about January 8th through the 14th. I am programming these cards for you so that we can go in deep on this and find out more information, all right? So last week we were doing some cool stuff, making big changes, letting a different version of ourselves out, which is super cool. Very nice to see you stepping into yourself, into your new self. Awesome. Let's get some more cards out here and see where we're going with this. So very interesting. So last week we had the double whammies of the Six of Wands and the Wheel of Fortune, right? So we have a triple whammy going on this week, which is the first time I've ever seen this, okay? So we have the Ace of Wands, we have the Five of Cups, and we have the Three of Swords. So this is a lot. And it's all over the place. So let's look into this and see how they all connect and how the story comes out, all right? Hang in there. Let's look at this. So the Three of Swords is here telling us that we shouldn't be sharing. Shouldn't be sharing out loud a whole lot of our ideas with some of our closest people because they're not quite on board yet. We talked about that, and that was exactly what's going on. The Five of Cups is here saying you're still connecting and holding on to your old life. A little bit. You want to keep your foot in it. We were talking about that over here. It's part of your solution, actually. You can be connected to them. You just shouldn't share with them, okay? Don't share with them on the real level about what's really going on. All of this is part of you mentally preparing. Ooh, I see the Death card is here, and that really means that I see you releasing stuff, maybe physical stuff that supports your old life, right? So you're changing channels, right? You're giving up one job to move to another. And in doing so, you're like, okay, I've surrendered to the possibility of this, and I'm ready to release this physical stuff that goes with it. So you are going to be making some calls, talking to your old friends and saying, hey, I have stuff that goes with my old self. Would you like it? Would you like to buy it from me? Or whatever. Right? You're going to do what you need to do, and you're going to get rid of old stuff. You're going to release old stuff that kept you connected to your old life, which is you really buying into your new life, which is so interesting. So very cool. I'm glad and happy to see this for you because it's really you embracing something totally different and letting your juices flow in a new way in your new life without feeling overly when you hold on to the old thing with for dear life, you really don't have you only have one hand to reach out for the new, right? But if you let go of that, you can actually grab onto the new thing, right? So we want you to do that if at all possible, and it looks like you're doing it quite naturally. Very good. The Ace of Wands is here. We were talking about new ideas and not wanting to reinvent the wheel, right? We were talking about while you have new ideas, they technically might be blocking you, but you really just need to get into what your new ideas are. Has anyone else tried it that way before? Don't reinvent that wheel. It's too time consuming and unnecessary. There might be a pre-existing thing that you can just tap into and use that instead, right? There is a like-minded lady who is out there. Interestingly, she's not going to be super helpful right now. She is, in fact, standing in your way. She wants to, maybe she liked you the way you were and isn't necessarily down yet with you moving on to this new self. It's unfortunate, kind of kooky, and kind of frustrating, But don't be alarmed by it. Don't let it stop you from being who you want to be or what you're going to do. Just be clear that as you move forward, this person's mind will need to be changed further down the line, okay? I feel like that comes up later on in the month. We talked about her changing her mind later. So don't let her stop you from moving forward. This is the Three of Swords again, down here, and it's talking about how, indeed, having a convincing argument for trying to share this part of you with this person right now is only going to slow you down. So this person is going to need to get up to speed by watching your behaviors and you personally change, not through you having long discussions about what you're doing. So don't even bother to share your information with them. Don't obsess about it. They really have to be on the right page with me. No. That'll be later this week, later this month. But for now, this person is on their own path and needs to keep, if you can encourage them instead of trying to get encouragement from them, that would be a really nice way to twist that little thing back into what it needs to be. So that way you're helping them, which is kind of your gig, is to try and help people, right? We talked about that last week, all right? So make that into a potential ability to help somebody else instead of worrying about them needing to jump in your basket and help you, all right? All right, so our solution was the Five of Cups. Maintaining a little contact with the past, if only to feel a touch of stability, of you haven't completely lost yourself. You're not a completely different human. The past life, yes, you're going to do something different, but it doesn't mean you don't bring that past person, that past knowledge with you. And so remembering that part and being able to bring that with you is the fun of it. And we want you to grasp that as hard as you can, and bring the person of that person with you instead of abandoning your old self. We aren't abandoning old selves. We're not schizophrenic people. We are not two people in one. We are just moving from one lifestyle to another lifestyle. And if we do things in the old lifestyle that'll be beneficial in this lifestyle, that's great. We want to do that. And maybe you can help. It isn't necessarily about taking people from your new lifestyle to your old, okay? Just know that, you know? You don't have to convince everybody else that you should do what you want to do. You just do what you want to do and let the knowledge you have from them come with you. They don't have to be the ones coming with you, all right? Okay. Ace of Wands again. The Ace of Wands is here to say, yes, indeed, as you proceed through this process and percolate this information from the past forward, right, this information from the past is actually going to help you with what you want to share and how you want to share it, okay? So you may find that bringing that information, even maybe doing demonstrations of what you did in the past for the people in the present, if you're teaching, maybe you've gone from doing something professionally to teaching it, and now you have people from the past who do it professionally who will come and help show a display or an example of how to do what you're teaching, right? So that's very interesting. These are possibilities of ways to cross these things over and have the old help the new. Interesting that came up. I'm here to help. And the fact is that that's very interesting. So yes, you may need to have some people do displays or show examples physically of what you do. Exciting. Maybe a field trip. Ta-da! That would be good. Now the Two of Swords here is all by itself, and it not meaning that it's the one and only one of itself, and every 3 other cards have copied themselves twice. So this one here is the Two of Swords, telling me that there's a part of you that is uncomfortable with the idea of having to ask other people to help you. But I want you to be willing to open your mouth and ask people from the past if they would be willing to come and help you do this thing, and teach. So, exciting crossovers, right? So don't be afraid of the crossover. All they can do is say no. But yes, I know we were talking about not sharing all of what we're doing with everybody. So interesting when it all changes is part of your solution. But it's interesting. I would love to see how this is going to turn out for you, Scorpio, and we will talk more about next week, right? Next week is going to be the 15th through the 21st of January. Good luck.